guys, welcome back to the channel. Tyke and Tina here from Tyke and Tina's Adventures. Today we're going to talk to you about something very important. We're calling it survival tips for slow travel.
Yes, we thought we were reminiscing a little bit about our recent 6 months in Southeast Asia and what kind of things that we discovered
that we could help you
with. And we tried to narrow it down to three main things that would probably will, if you've never been in Southeast Asia,
or anywhere really. I mean, these are
really
pretty generic safety tips,
including
for any
Europe.
kind of
Some
travel.
of these applied to Europe as well. Yeah, that you might benefit you to know up front.
Yeah. So we all want to know what other people have experienced, and that's one of the things that we like to share with you on this channel is help you figure out what might be good for you. You don't have to do, like we've said before, you don't have to do the same thing we're doing, but you can learn along with us and we can share some of the things that we've learned. So maybe you don't make the same mistakes, or maybe you are a little bit more prepared before leaving on some of your journeys. So,
and if you see anything that we missed that you thought was a major component, share it with the group. Comments. We'd love to hear from you about some of your travel tips, and that's how we grow as a community. So
our first tip is safety. So the main thing that we think when we think about safety is you're gonna want to have some kind of an anti-theft bag, crossbody, fanny pack, wallet, something, so that you don't have that theft ability or someone walking by and scanning your stuff. So we have a crossbody, and it's a link in the description. You can buy the crossbody that we bought that is an anti-theft.
It has the RFID protection in it, so they can't scan it through the bag. The bag is laced with wire, and the strap is a very comfortable but also wire-laced anti-cut strap. And there's a number of companies out there that make them, but the one that we purchased is from a company called and they offered not just the crossbodies, they have backpacks, purses, all kinds of options for your specific travel needs. And we just used we used it every day. Every day. It was with us all the time.
One of our tips is we always carry our passports with us. We don't
you'll want to too.
You don't really have to carry a driver's license or something like that, but we always carried our passports with us because we never knew. I mean, sometimes buying a train pass at the train station, we needed our passport. If we were purchasing something at the store, a lot of times we needed our passport. So we always had it with us, so it wasn't a big deal, but some people don't always carry it with them. We've heard stories from other traveling friends that they went to go buy something and they couldn't because they didn't have their passport, so they had to go back to wherever they were staying, get their passport, and then go back. So our suggestion is always carry your passport with you. We bought some passport covers, and we keep them in a baggie in the cover,
so they're dry,
and then
nice and dry,
tucked down in one of the pockets,
and zipped and super secure.
Yeah. Another thing, well, first we want to preference that if you're going to Southeast Asia, it's really safe. You don't need to worry. We felt way safe in Southeast Asia. When we went to Europe last year, we were happy we had the anti-theft bag.
We kept hearing over and
stories
over
about pickpocketers and things like that.
Thieves, and so we were on guard constantly. And it took us a little while to relax that feeling in Asia.
But in Asia, we've heard it's very safe, and we agree. It is very safe in Asia. We never worried about any of that stuff. So that just wanted to preference that. But we're giving you tips on how to be safe. So we do have the travel on bag that we use. We carry our passports with us. I also, when we were in Southeast Asia, the ATM machine ate my card one day. So what we do is we put money every month. It automatically goes from our checking account to our PayPal card. And we only put a small amount so that if something happens to that card, we're not stressed out. So I was using the PayPal card and it got eaten by the machine. But since we were in Southeast Asia, we got our card back. It was really simple, and everyone was very helpful because that's the way they are in Southeast Asia. So, but we highly recommend having a different card than your credit card or your ATM card or your Schwab account or whatever you're using for your main money to be in, some kind of like checking account.
Have more than one way to get money.
For sure.
Or cash.
And don't use like your Schwab account that has your whole life savings in an ATM machine. So this is our little hack, is we put money on our PayPal card, just a little bit every month, couple $100, and then if something happens or it gets locked up, it's not a big deal, and we can work around it. Another thing we do is we don't waste money on a U.S. carrier phone plan that charges like $12 a day to have coverage in another country. What we have done is just use an eSIM or a regular SIM if you don't have an eSIM access. The eSIMs are so easy. You just download them to your phone. You can get them for a country specific, you can get them for a region specific, or you can get a global SIM that just covers you wherever you're going. And they're way cheaper. We paid less than $12 a month for our eSIM. So there is a link in the description. You can get a discount on the eSIM, the Air Allo eSIM that we use. Highly recommend it. You can set it up to just auto put more data on there for you, or you can micromanage it like I like to do and tell it when you want more. So that is a very easy way. You can get them if your phone doesn't access an eSIM. Some of the older phones don't, and that's okay. You can get a real SIM, a physical SIM, and you can get them at the airport or the convenience stores.
You'll get off your plane, and once you get through customs, there'll be kiosks all over the airport for SIM cards for your phone, and they can help you set it up if it's something like you're like me and I'm challenged in that way, figuring that kind of stuff out. They can help you right there.
But don't waste your money. $12 a day is a lot of money, especially if you're going slow travel like we do.
Long term, that's expensive.
So don't spend that kind of money on a phone plan that's going to just give you coverage when you're over there. Just do an eSIM. Much easier, much cheaper.
Having your phone available with service and GPS and things is very, very helpful while you're there. So make sure that you make that a priority either before or just when you get there.
Okay, that kind of covers safety stuff we wanted to talk about. The second thing we want to talk about is medications.
Yes, this was a big one.
If you're older like us, you're probably on some routine health maintenance medications. And so you want to make sure we were able to get all of our medications, all of our doses before we left. We did our normal prescription 90-day supply, and then I called in a cash pay prescription to the pharmacy. They didn't run it through the insurance because it was too early to refill. So you just go to the pharmacy and pay cash, and the doctors are really easy to work with. You just tell them you're traveling and they'll give you an extra refill. So we were able to get all of our prescription medications to cover our whole 6 months we were gone. And then there are some medications, some over-the-counter stuff that you can't get in other countries.
And you can't get it readily or easily.
Or it's really tricky.
You can't walk into a Vietnam Costco, because they don't have them, and get 1,000 acetaminophen pills.
Right.
In fact, good luck finding them. They have different names over there.
Yes.
And also aspirin. So I occasionally get migraines. And my remedy for those migraines is a migraine level Tylenol aspirin pill, which is roughly 500 milligrams of acetaminophen and 500 milligrams of aspirin. When you go to one of their pharmacies, they don't know what that is. They don't even have it. And they can figure out the Tylenol part, but you can't buy bottles and bottles of it. In addition to that, aspirin, when I asked for aspirin, most of the time I was told no, until I figured out I had to ask for daily aspirin.
Yeah.
And then they were, oh yeah, we have that. But the highest milligram was usually anywhere from 80 to 90 to 100. The highest milligram single pill aspirin I could find was 300 milligram. So it took a little bit of creativity to put together a migraine solution for me, where in the U.S. I just grabbed the migraine bottle that had the pills already pre-made. So my suggestion to you would be, bring it with you.
Bring it with you.
If you,
at first we were worried because you hear things and you read things online about don't bring extra medicine, it can get confiscated. We didn't see any of that. We had tons of pill bottles, prescription and over the counter, and in overseas they sell them in sleeves packets. Not really a bottle, but it's more like a sleeve with punch out cards.
In Vietnam, for example, or Thailand, you can buy one pill.
Yeah.
You can go in and go, I want one Tylenol.
Yes.
And they'll sell you one Tylenol.
Yeah.
Or they'll sell you the sheets, the punch out sheets of it.
Yeah.
But again,
but don't worry about packing stuff with you, because it was not our experience or anyone that we have talked to that they confiscate medicine.
Yeah.
So bring what you need with you to be comfortable.
Much easier.
And then know once you're there that a lot of places, especially Southeast Asia, you don't have to go to a doctor to get a prescription. You can go to the pharmacy and you just tell the pharmacist what you need, and a lot of times they can just give it to you. So antibiotics, if you have a little cold, medications that maybe you need a prescription for back home, you tell them what you have or show them, do the Google Translator, bring your bottle in, and they will find you what you need or make something up. But the first recommendation is bring it with you. Second recommendation is you don't need to go to a doctor. Go to the pharmacist first and see if they can help you with it. There's a lot of stuff they can just give you over the counter at the pharmacy, so you don't have to spend your money on a doctor visit. The next thing is bug spray.
Yes.
They do have bug spray in Southeast Asia, but it's not like what we
If you want
think.
to buy,
it just looks like it's perfume water, but it works. If you want to buy it, it works.
Yeah.
But
two things. One, we were in bigger metro areas that didn't seem to have an insect problem.
right.
Probably the first summer that I can remember that I didn't get a mosquito bite. Rarely saw a fly, rarely. But I also know that if you were to go out in more of the rural areas, it apparently becomes more of a problem there. And in America, you can buy DEET level bug spray. And we couldn't, I think I found one bottle of it or a couple bottles of it.
It was hard to find.
And it was very expensive. I mean, 3 or 4 times what you pay for in the US. So if you're concerned about insects, bring your...
If you're going to be doing a lot of touristy stuff where you're on the water or up in the
more of a rural area,
mountainy type, lots of trees, then you definitely want to bring some.
Bring some with you. Make sure it's travel safe. But yeah, you finding what we consider bug spray versus what they consider bug spray, it was a no game.
Yeah.
So bring it with you.
Bring it with you. That's our tip for medicine. Bring it with you, and if you happen to need something when you're away, because that's going to happen, then just go to a pharmacy instead of a doctor. Try that first.
Yeah.
The third thing is basic health concerns, things that you hear horror stories of. So we want to give you a little bit of feedback on what we've experienced. Be careful with the water. A lot of the drinking water in foreign countries is not drinkable. So always make sure you use bottled water or boil the water. It's really easy to do in an apartment or an Airbnb or a hotel. Hotels will give you the water, bottled water.
And they never gave us any pushback on asking for more water.
Yeah, you can always ask for more. But you can also boil it. A lot of the places that you stay will give you like a tea kettle type thing, and you can boil your water. You can drink tea, drink coffee, whatever it is that you choose to drink, but don't drink tap water.
Yeah.
And some people take it to extremes, like they don't even brush their teeth with the tap water. We did not do that. There was times when I was cautious about ice in my drinks, but I didn't go as far as I would use tap water to brush my teeth, and we didn't have any problems. do your research and find out what kind of immunizations you need before you go, depending on where you're going and what you're going to be doing.
And plan for that. It takes a little time.
It does take a lot of time to get those immunizations. So we used Costco because we're members, and we did have health insurance through my employer at the time, and my employer said that the immunizations would not be covered, but I had them run it anyway, and it paid for them. No money out of my pocket. So check that too. But if you don't have health insurance or they won't cover them, Costco offers discounts. And then just follow the CDC guidelines, but just be smart about it, because the CDC and even Costco and a lot of these companies will get you set up with a pharmacist. They'll call you and they'll be like, where are you going? What are you doing? How long are you going to be gone? And then they'll tell you what you should, and you can decide. So just be smart, because we didn't get all of the immunizations that they said we might need, because we were just like, okay, we're gonna get the basic stuff. Some of them they're not like always immunized, they're not a lifelong immunization. So I was a little skeptical about some, because I'm like, then I have to do it again if I go somewhere else, and so just be smart and use your good sense about immunizations, depending on what part of the country you're going and what you're doing. Like if you're going to stay in mostly metropolitan areas, you're probably not going to run into a rabid dog or
mosquitoes, malaria.
Like Tyke said, I think I got one mosquito bite and it didn't even bother me. So just be smart about that kind of stuff. It's going to.
And what we discovered, we didn't buy any, but we discovered they make mosquito clothing. So you can buy clothing that's mosquito repellent. They can't sting you through it, and so you can be extra safe if that's what you want to do.
So the moral of the story is we spent almost 6 months in Southeast Asia, all over. We did Vietnam, we did Malaysia, we did Thailand, in Bangkok, and over on the beach in Hua Hin.
Hong Kong.
We did Hong Kong and Japan, and we're fine. We didn't have any health problems. I did go to the doctor one time in Vietnam because I thought that it was going to be, it is a very humid climate.
Very humid.
And my skin is dry in the States, so I thought, well, now that it's going to be humid, I won't have to do my normal skin routine and put lotion on twice a day. Well, that was not the case, so I ended up getting some skin rashes that were uncomfortable, so I went to the doctor for that, and it was a very easy process. And I should have just been smart about my skincare and realized that when you're sweaty, your skin still needs to be moisturized.
And one little tip to go with all that. My favorite thing is Gold Bond medicated powder. That sounds super geriatric, but let me tell you, it can be a lifesaver when you're on a hot, humid day. Having that talcum powder on, it works wonders, at least for me. So one little tip to go with all the rest of that.
Yes, and just another side note, we highly recommend having a cooling towel with you.
True.
So it's nice to wipe off the sweat and feel fresh. So. All right, we hope you learned something from our safety survival tips of slow travel, and we hope that we helped kind of ease some of those fears of traveling to another country. And if you have any questions,
comments, shares, put them in the comments, and we'd love to interact with you and help each other.
Yeah, thanks guys. Have a great day.